anarchy, probably Rambo and I could do fine in anarchy because we wouldn't ever bother each other. We'd go about our business, and we have respect. But unfortunately, today in this world, there are some bad actors, and sometimes it's nice to have a very limited form of government. We don't need an oppressive government, and that's the kind our founding fathers wanted. And I guarantee you the government we have right now is way, way over the line. They spit on the Constitution. They don't respect anything that the founding fathers put in place. And when they approve a Supreme Court judge, the judges are bragging about how they're going to rewrite the Constitution, basically. That's not what we need here in this country.
I actually agree with a lot of the points that you've made, in as much the sort of like liberal ideology in terms of like social policies. That much I agree with. But the sort of like the massive government. To be perfectly honest, I have a lot more in common with you guys than I do with like an everyday communist, for example.
Right. Oh, I can imagine. Right. Yeah, anarchy is close to being free, because anarchy means no government, no rules at all. And in a democratic republic, the way our founding fathers set it up, it's very close to that. If you want to build a house on your land, you can. You don't have to get permits. If you want to cut down a tree, if you want to fish in the stream, whatever. That's the way we're set up. But now everything is taxed. Everything is regulated. And it's got me to the point where I'm ready to almost become an anarchist, although the way you define it, I don't know if I'm ever going to make it, but that's the way I'm thinking.
Hey, listen up. We got 3 minutes left, and I got 9 people on, and I got all the lines open. So hold on there, Tea Party. Me and you have to hold off the 651. You're open. The 3 Skypes, y'all are all open. So.
Thank you. Well, I just want to say I'm sorry about all the disrespect you guys have been having. I actually have a legitimate kind of concern. I've actually been doing a bit of reading, and I like to be a bit more informed. But here in Minnesota, I'm a little worried about how the system's been working. It's simply in the fact of Al Franken. How does a man so corrupt end up just magically somehow getting into office when it doesn't seem like he really earned it? He's not a politician. He's a comedian.
Cheated the system. That's how they did it.
Well, you can look up on Google. You can look up how over 400 convicted felons in prison voted for Al Franken, but nonetheless, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they pulled the election.
Back in the day, I remember reading up, like, they consider being a politician a public service. And now you can basically run in Congress and be corrupt as you want and keep running year after year. I think that there should be some kind of movement to make a limit on the terms for members of Congress. You've got guys in the House of Representatives that have been around for decades. I mean,
40 years, some of them,
Yeah, we need to get away from that whole weekend. I say we need to close the pool on all of this corrupt garbage that's been coming in. I think we need a fresh start. We need to go back to the foundations that we had.
Yeah,
I agree.
I've played that many times. I mean, even Ron Paul. Ron Paul's been elected to the Congress 19 terms. 19 terms.
I find that amazing.
When I was just a young man. Yeah, he's been around forever. That's why I trust him, though, because absolutely I know he's a straight arrow on most issues. The only thing I disagree with Ron Paul is he really doesn't have a good defense of foreign policy strategy. And if he could ever get that straight, I would really get behind it. I like his idea on gold and silver. I like his idea on abolishing the IRS. I like his idea about auditing the Fed. He's got a lot of really brainy, good, strong ideas. But unfortunately, the liberal news media never gives him a chance to debate. I remember he was cut out of debates where he should have legitimately been allowed to speak. And he's never had a chance, really, to show his policies. But just as a cape or a shield or a person in Congress, he does keep a lot of liberals in line because he gives another point of view, which he's the only one. Although there is some in there now.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to say I'm following this, and I was kind of doing some research. I've been checking
Today's show is brought to you by Blog Talk Radio. Visit blogtalkradio.com for more information.